The number of stolen vehicles across England and Wales is higher than pre-pandemic levels, with many cars thought to be taken to be stripped for parts and smuggled out of the country.
Now, police say organised crime groups are using very advanced technology to steal vehicles from people's driveways. The government plans to give police forces extra funding this year to help tackle the crime. Our reporter Josie Hannett has more.
A luxury Bentley stolen in a matter of minutes. But how does it happen so quickly? The gang use a special device to mimic the signal of the car's key, which is inside the house. The car's unlocked, the engine starts, then despite a panic getaway, the car is stolen. More than 1 million vehicle theft offences have been recorded in England and Wales in a decade.
I woke up on a Thursday morning to go to work, as I usually do, and the car wasn't on my driveway.
There was quite a lot of damage. There was some body damage, but they'd ripped into the engine control system.
We've had a customer lose 2 cars off their drive at night. They just take the opportunity when they can.
They may perceive it's low risk and high reward, but we'll certainly keep working to try and address it.
Martin's keyless Audi was stolen from his home in East Sussex. The car was found in West London by the Met Police 2 weeks later. Inside the vehicle, they found fake plates, crowbars and fire extinguishers, suggesting the car had been used to commit other crimes.
You don't want to believe it, because you're thinking, I know my car's supposed to be here, I must have made a mistake. But, you know, I hadn't. It sounds stupid, there was just an old curtain in the car. But it was something that my late wife had made when she was in hospital about to give birth to our daughter. And it was sentimental. That's gone forever now. And you can't replace it.
Many of these gangs are targeting cars at night for obvious reasons, but it's not just high-end and keyless cars they're after. Because of the increase in price of second-hand parts and because they're hard to get hold of, it means older vehicles are attractive too. Francisco is a driving instructor from Kent. His keyless car was stolen from his driveway. CCTV footage shows a person approaching his car. They wait for traffic to die down, then pick their moment. Again, within minutes, the vehicle's gone. Police haven't found the car or the suspect, and Francisco says the whole ordeal has cost him around £5,000 because he had to cancel lessons and because of how much the car was valued by his insurance company.
Nowadays, these car makes, they want to make everything as easy as possible for consumers. They want the consumer to just get in the car and, you know, not have to press a button, not have to do anything. But then, like, they see cars being stolen left, right and centre. You just don't see them safeguarding the consumer at all. There is nothing to safeguard the consumer.
A key challenge for police is chop shops. They are illegal. Usually warehouses or big buildings where stolen cars are dismantled and their parts shipped off to be smuggled abroad and sold on the black market. According to Tracker UK, a vehicle recovery company, 37 chop shops have been uncovered across the country so far this year.
So someone could steal a car overnight in one county, for example. It will be out of the county, probably uncloned, or plates have been changed before it'll even been reported to the police. It may well already be in a chop shop at that point, or it could have been taken to a quiet location, put into a container, either whole or the component parts, ready for shipping and export abroad.
Experts say an old-school steering lock is an effective way to deter thieves, and for keyless cars to make sure the key fob is not near your front door and is in a closed tin or a Faraday bag.
What we've tended to see is a small area, like a whole road will be scouted out for anything that they want, and they'll turn up and take 3 or 4 cars from one road in one go, and never to be seen again.
The gang who stole the Bentley in Surrey were jailed earlier this year for a total of 12.5 years. They stole 53 premium cars worth more than £3 million. Meanwhile, the group, which represents car manufacturers and traders, says new technologies continually being introduced and the sector's working with police to try and tackle organised crime gangs behind the theft of vehicles. Josie Hannett, BBC News.
Well, joining us now is Mark McCann, who's a former stock car racer, now has a YouTube channel on all things cars. You know loads about this, Mark. You've in fact spoken to people who've been engaged in this activity, who've stolen cars yourself. Just how easy is it to get one of these cars, get hold of one private way?
I don't direct everyone's Saturday morning, but you know, they literally can take any car, and because it's sort of like a cyber world we live in, and electronics, it's silent, which is probably the most disturbing part. Well, before you need a hammer, a brick, you'd have the alarm going off, you'd have to stick a screwdriver into the dashboard. Well, now it's not like that. So
as part of the work you've been doing, the research you've been doing, you linked up with people who are car thieves.
Yes.
So can you just tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, we sort of like went into the organised crime world, and we saw from the very, very top down to the people who were stealing the cars. And obviously they're making a lot of money out of doing that. And like I say, a very easy solution, very little risk of being caught.
I think we can see, you can explain a bit more in a moment. I think we can see some of that dialogue you had. So let's have a look.
The equipment I got will actually send a request signal to the keyless vehicle module, and that will then open the vehicle, yeah? So basically, give me 2 seconds. 2 seconds.
So this isn't even copying the key?
No, this is not copying the key. This is just the device we got. It's just purely communicating with the vehicle.
And to my amazement, in under 20 seconds, he had unlocked the car.
That's it. No, that's it.
We have now opened that car without a key, without smashing a window. That is now, the alarm going to go off?
No, it won't go off now.
So yeah, so right now that car thinks it's been opened legitimately.
Absolutely.
Can you just talk us through some stuff? Because was that a real, I mean, that was somebody's car, was it? And what was about the owner?
Yeah, we sort of put that car in there just to sort of make an example of how it was, so yeah.
All right. I mean, what did you learn from that? I think quite a few people were just going, really? That's it?
It is that, you know, when they sort of transmit this signal from your key, you've got to imagine the box they then use simply thinks it's the key. So then you have full control of that car. You can use it every day. And then obviously there's various ways they get rid of that car for monetary value. But
a couple of things I think people at home will be asking is, when you do those videos, do you then pass any information on to police? And also, do you challenge the thieves themselves on the sort of impact all of this has on the victims of the theft?
Yeah, we definitely talk about that, because obviously when we have anything stolen, any of this, it goes far more than just that item being stolen. You know, sleepless nights. Some people we spoke to have had their car stolen, actually moved house because it was that bad. So, as for contacting the police, no, you know, we feel that speaking to these people, what we can communicate to our audience there is way bigger than just getting one person locked up, because, you know, we can raise awareness and stop this happening and let people protect themselves.
OK, so let's talk about practical measures people can take.
Yeah.
Do you have to almost go backwards away from technology, and you think about steering wheel locks and possibly things that are, in a way, more simple? Yeah, I think, you know, sort of what I'd advise to people is really visual. So when we spoke to the car thief, something where he sees that there's a steering lock on there, or there's a wheel lock, and that's going to take time. And then what you're really selfishly trying to do is divert somebody stealing your car to, say, your next door neighbours. And if you don't like your next door neighbour, win-win. But, you know, you're trying to make it harder for him, so he goes somewhere else. It's a really selfish way. And ideally, you want everyone to make their cars difficult to steal, so they just,
exactly, you know, obviously go on.
But a massive thing with keyless entry, which is a really good tip, is obviously it's a function which you've paid for, and it's a great, you know, sort of use for your car, but it can be taken off. So you can go onto Google, you can disable that feature, or you can go into your main dealer. Hopefully they won't charge you, and they'll take it off as well. So, I'll tell you, one of the things that must occur to people is you're spending an awful lot on some of these very luxury cars. Why are the manufacturers unable to make cars that you can't steal? Yeah, and we've spoke to the manufacturers about this, and, you know, technology, the thieves are spending a lot of money on beating the system, and those parts which they're using to steal those cars are readily available. You can buy them on the internet, £15,000, and you can steal any car. But also, you know, on the conspiracy side, what happens when you have your car stolen? You buy another car. Interesting talking to you this morning. Thank you very much. Time now is 9.